Hello everybody and welcome to the Coach Oak Show on Coach Oak TV. You are here with Coach Oak himself. It's time for DGBA Season 4 Draft Analysis. That's right, the DGBA is back. We just finished up last season. Very good season overall in terms of the regular season for the Incineroar. Bumping our record to 8-3, finishing in second place in the regular season. Unfortunately, that did not lead us to playoff success. We very rapidly lost out. It wasn't even a long game in the first round. Yeah, it was bad. But in our defense, all top 4 seeds lost in the first round of the playoffs. So yeah, that's a thing that happened. And yeah, we are looking forward to not having that happen this season and continuing to move forward. Some updates about the league. We have expanded. We are up to 16 coaches. We are returning to 1 game per week. And we now have divisions and conferences going along with 16, as well as we changed up our draft style again, because that's what we do, man. We're well-rounded draft practitioners. We are now doing a points draft, and we also are allowing the new mons and new moves and everything that's coming out with Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. We started our draft, I believe, the exact day that those came out, and everything was legal. So we really didn't let anything settle in terms of draft league, how these things I do. We're just jumping in and we're going to see how broken everything is. So those at the top of the draft, congratulations. You might get something new and broken and fun, or you could think it's good and it would suck. But we'll see. Luckily, maybe a little unfortunately actually in the end, for me, I was number 3 in the draft. So I knew if I wanted it, I could get something new. I kind of had already made a draft plan I liked. I really did like. And it was built around Mega Mawile and Hydreigon. Spoilers, neither of those mons are on our team. It was also built around a regen core. Spoilers, we do not have a regen core. You brought this draft on yourself, boys. Yeah, let's jump into it. Our first pick of the draft, Zeraora. I don't have a nickname yet, and also note at the bottom, nicknames are subject to change without notice. Zeraora might even get one, and I might know how to say its name. I don't know if I'm saying it right or not. No idea. The new mythical, not even in the games yet, but oh my goodness, how beautiful. And in my opinion, how broken. The fact this was there at number 3 overall to me, yeah, please, thank you. It should have been, in my mind, one of the top 2, 100%. And I was really torn because I really wanted to go make a Mawile here. But this was actually cheaper, and I think when the draft league settles, Zeraora is going to be probably banned in most leagues, or it's going to be like the top of the top. Because in my opinion, it's stronger than Koko, and Koko is currently one of the top threats in draft league. So yeah, I don't want to go into a full comparison with Koko. I'm sure you can go do that yourself. But we do have Zeraora on the team. I think I'm probably not going to do it justice, but I think this thing is going to end up settling as a thing that is argued between banned and unbanned, but probably falls on the banned side of things. I also gave it Z moves, which I'm sorry everybody else. 143 base speed, good attacking stats, set up on both sides, and Z moves. Have fun with that. Yeah, let's see how people deal with Zeraora. See how I use it. So the league decided to play a mean trick where it let Mega Mawile go for almost the entire way through the first round when it's the most expensive mon in the draft. So I figured that's kind of something you take first round or not, right? Like, you build your plan around that. And then right at the very end of the first round, or I think second last pick, JJ, after my hopes had gotten so high, took Mega Mawile. I know he wanted Zeraora. I want to make a Mawile. We sniped each other. I felt like we needed Zeraora, and I raged a little bit. I got a little salty because they let me get my hopes up before taking away Mega Mawile from me, and I was sad. So at that moment, I really turned to my front office. You guys know Honor 6, Umami Sketch, talked about them, seen battles against them, etc., etc., etc. Go check out their channels, please, please, please. But a special shout out to Honor on this one. Honor helped me build this team. He really did a good job of helping me build this team around Zerawa and helping me to kind of, make the rest of the league really upset with my draft. And you will see why. But first off, we decided we needed to build around Zerawa. We wanted something that would take away that ground weakness. So, Bulu helps with that. So we picked up Tapu Bulu, Grassy Terrain to weaken Earthquake, etc. As well as, being really good switch into electric types. Super defensive, takes Earthquakes really well. So we do have the return of Terra Nova to the Incineroar for the second season in a row. I love Bulu. It can be tricky at times to use, but it's so good and so much fun. I just love Bulu. I love using Bulu. It's awesome. I'm pretty sure this is probably my favorite fairy type. Yeah, it's probably my favorite fairy type. I love Bulu. Too bad it didn't get play rough in Ultra Sun, Ultra Moon, but still, Bulu is here. Terra Nova is here. Let's do this again, boy. We also have Anvil 9Heart making another appearance. We have brought back Bulu Tran. I didn't even really love using Heatran last time, but Bulu Tran, too hard to pass up. Yeah, it's Bulu Tran. Round 2-3 Bulu Tran. Yeah, please. All day. This is looking very similar right now to last season's plan of Bulu Tran with a good electric type. We've replaced Xurkitree with Zerawa, and the electric type also having Z moves. It did pretty well for us last season, so let's see kind of how that formula will go again. Now, we got thinking, I wanted a good dragon. I really debated Hydreigon still, but I really wanted to use Hydreigon with Mega Mawile. And we thought about Hydreigon, it still did help out. Levitate helped out Zerawa a lot. As well as a nice, strong dragon type. And I believe it got taken before. I might be misremembering this, but I'm pretty sure it got taken like 3 or 4 picks before it got back to me. And that kind of sealed the plan to being a mon so squishy it wants to kill you. We have picked up Zygarde 50%. Zygarde Bulu Tran is just a mean combo, and you brought this on yourself, League. This is your fault. 1,000 Arrows, it's a great ground type to deal with the grassy terrain, doesn't get affected by it. Good dragon type to fill out that Bulu Tran Zygarde core. It's a really bulky core. If I support that well, its speed here is not the best. A little Scarf on Bulu is always very good. Scarf on Heatran can be good as well. I wish you could run non-quiet Eruption, but beggars can't be choosers, I guess. And Zygarde with DD, as well as you will see later, we have some other things to kind of help out our speed. But we have a Zygarde here. That is a combination of 4 mons. That is something you really have to prep hard for. Also playing the 4 times weakness game. This team is definitely playing the 4 times weakness game pretty hard. You've got people want ice, ground, and poison to deal with that core. And, you just can't fit all of that on a single mon. And not too many things I can think of off the top of my head have ice, ground, and poison outside of the Nidos. And the Mamos. And by the Mamos, I mean the Mammo line. I'm sure there's others that have pretty strong, but those are the only things I can think of. And, yeah. I mean, Nido doesn't particularly like Zygarde either. And, yeah. Mammo's a bit of an issue. I always build teams that are Mammo weak. And then I have to play Mammo and Pylo in the same year, and I hate it. Anyways, we have picked up a Bubbles. The Araquanid was, I feel, a steal at 6 points. Went with it early, making sure no one can get it. Zygarde Araquanid, I was near the wheel, but Zygarde Araquanid on the bubble felt weird to say, but with sticky webs, as well as everything else that Araquanid already brought to the table in that hard-hitting liquidation, unable to be burned for Bulu and Zygarde as well, so that's Heatran and Arachnid that can switch in and not be burned. And we have good bug coverage, you know, poison, it can run Poison Jab, it did some things to our Bulu last time, we faced it. Hits really hard, as well as it's gotta be one of the stronger Sticky Webbers now. The access to Sticky Webs absolutely makes this thing massive. We didn't really adjust our tiers based on the new things, because, you know, we wanted to see how it settled. So we just kind of said, well, there's gonna be some steals this year. This is gonna be one of them. Bulu Tran Zygarde with Sticky Webs. Yeah, that just feels like I'm having adverse reactions to it, and I feel a little bad. Just, you know, people having to prep for that is just, I'm sorry. So good on this kind of core here of 4 was definitely mostly Honor's idea. So thank you, Honor. I'm kind of looking forward to using it, even though I didn't really want to use Heatran again. I've never really used Zygarde. I've never used Arachnid Draft. I have used Arachnid a lot in other formats, so I love Arachnid. It's great. We now have the Nature Bro. Brave Battle. I can't do a Ric Flair impression. No. Anyways, the Nature Bro Crobat is here. I was shocked this came back around. I thought I was debating between it and Arachnid. And I was like, alright, well, Crobat's going to get taken. Crobat kind of always gets taken from me because I always push it down a draft plan. So glad to finally have the chance to use this in draft. 130 speed works really nicely. The thing with Zero was, it's so fast. You really have to speed tier below it. So that was my next focus. Because I had a massive gap from Zygarde to Zero, right? So I had to kind of fix those speed tiers. Crobat is the first stage in that. Good Defogger, that's my first form of removal. As well as strong flexibility in terms of defensive, offensive, which side it's going to hit on, what this thing could do, and it's just kind of going to provide nice coverage for everything. If there's grass types that want to deal with in the grassy terrain, Crobat kind of deals well with grass types, you know, flying and poison. Kind of have both of them. It can hit on both sides as well, so like if you got a Tangrowth, it could nasty bat up on it. Things like that. So I think there's a good connection there. I am a little bit ice weak at this point in time. And I do recognize that because Crobat, Zygarde, and Bulu, none of which like to take an Ice Beam. And Zerawa and doesn't really like it either. I mean, Heatran will eat Ice Beams. But you want more than that, because then, you know, Mamo kills you. Any ice type with ground coverage is not going to be friendly. But we picked up Crobat, really excited to use Crobat, looking forward to it. And then we picked up a Susabi. This is in honor of Sumami, who told me to pull the trigger here. I hate Mega Sableye, to be completely frank. But I really was in a place of not really, I thought my draft was great. But I didn't really love my draft, and I just embraced it here, and I put up a shield made of a wonderful gem, and yeah. And I have things to take fairy-type moves, too. To deal with this thing, to go along with Heatran, Bulu, Zygarde, ew, that's scary. It gave me a slow speed tier, like that super slow I didn't really have. Magic Bounce to help deter hazards. I was a little bit hazard weak. And it's just, I mean, I don't love Magic Bounce Megas. I'm not a huge fan of that, but Mega Sableye is just going to be a pest. I probably will not use this thing right. I always think this is a bit underranked to draft, and every draft I'm just like, please, no one take Mega Sableye. And then I took Mega Sableye. I'm sorry, I'm that guy. I chose to be here. But Susabi the Sableye is here. He is ready. This is first turn Mega, so I don't get the Prankster Sableye use out of it, but I'm fine with that. This thing's a pain in the butt to bring down, and to make people prep for this alongside everything else is, you know, I'm messing with people's prep, and that's kind of what this team is built to do. We have Honor Shou in honor of Honor. is here. Honor Shou does like Mean Shou. We do have Mean Shou. I've never really used it. I've wanted to try it. I have a lot of fighting types I go to a lot in draft, which you've probably seen if you follow my channel. I really like Hariyama. I really like Hitmons, especially Hitmonlee. I really like Heracross. Those are kind of my ones I go to a lot. So I wanted to do something a little different with my fighting type. Went with Mean Shou here. Mean Shou, Regenerator, 105 speed is nice. Kind of one more tier, it's going to be nice. 95, 105. I jumped to 130 now, and I kind of want to fill in. That's pretty big. And then 143 with Zerawa. Plus I have Sticky Webs for my slower things. Just making my speed tiers kind of scary. But the regen really helps out to run things like Life Orb and not really care about it. It's at a nice speed to Band or Scarf. It's good coverage in my mind. It's got Poison Jab for kind of fairies who want to take things. It's got knockoff for those ghosts that want to take things. It can U-turn about, and then it can just high jump kick in your face, because that's what high jump kick does. That's why it's such a good move. So yeah, we have Honor Shou. I'm looking forward to trying to use this. This is one of the ones I'm kind of actively excited to use. And this is one of the last big snipe in the draft game after this. Or actually, it was right before this. This is the slot I wanted. I wanted Mean Shou, the next slot. I really wanted to use Starmie. It fit at a beautiful speed tier. I wanted a Psychic type, an offensive Psychic type. Thought a Fast Water to go with a Slow Water type would be nice, and I really wanted Rapid Spin. And then Starmie got taken. And I've always kind of wanted to use Starmie, and it never really fit my plans, and it finally fit, and I was so excited. And to have it and Crobat on the same team, I was like, yay, I like those two. I think those two work well together. And then it got taken, and I was sad. So I kind of, had to deal. I really was going to go Alakazam. I had already got my GIF ready to announce my draft pick of Alakazam. And then I ended up going with Espeon. It was just a little cheaper. The speed tier is a little bit slower, so speed tiering is not quite as nice. It's at the 110, if I'm not mistaken. So I jumped from 110 to 130. It's a bit of a jump, but it's not terrible considering I have the Sticky Webs and kind of can manipulate things other ways. And it hits pretty hard. The Magic Bounce was the real reason I went here, as well as being 3 points cheaper. So I was able to change up my last pick to come from a 1-pointer into a 7-pointer, and we'll get there. So that's a pretty big jump. 7-pointers are really like your tier 4s, and your 1-pointers are like your meme picks that you might get one specific use out of. But we have Espeon here. Another Magic Bounce to tier those hazards. I'm still a little hazard weak, and I don't want teams to just always bring hazards. So Magic Bounce, at this point is going to kind of shore that up. As well, if I can get a Rapid Spinner, which is definitely in the plans. We have a good amount of clearing that I think I can deal with. So Magic Bounce Espeon. Espeon can be a win con itself. Its coverage is okay. It's not great. It's not something I've used a lot, but I'm looking forward to it. I like Espeon. I like the idea of Espeon. And while Magic Guard / Alakazam is nice, Magic Bounce Espeon I think fits better on this team, as well as I said, being cheaper. Next up, we have Icy Foot the Aurorus. I love Aurorus. I adore Aurorus. I've always wanted to use it. There's always point drafts I love because I always feel like you can fit a mon that you really love but isn't that great on your team. Aurorus is that mon. I think it's a bit underrated. Good rocker for me. I do have some others, but nice rocker. 58 is a kind of helps out my speed tiers on the lower end as well. It can punch holes as well. This thing it's surprisingly bulky. Its typing is like stupid bad, but it could deal with some things. Freeze Dry is nice. I still don't know why Game Freak refuses to give this thing Aurora Veil. It's the Aurora Borealis Pokemon with a veil on its head, and if you were gonna make Aurora Veil, you give it to this mon. This is the mon. And it really needs it because it's Ice Rock type. That's a terrible defensive typing. Give this thing something. That would have been great. Anyways, sorry. Gonna move on before I rage against the machine. But this thing gets Aurora Veil. I'm gonna give away that little kind of, tidbit. And for the guys in my league who watch my videos, well, guess what? That's one of my plans. Is 1 week I want to Aurora Veil with Smeargle off of Aurorus. Just saying, beware. Rapid Spinner and Toxic Spikes. Those are kind of the 3 reasons I went with Smeargle. Obviously, it can do a lot more things. King's Rock, Spore, it does all the things that people hate Smeargle for. I've never used Smeargle in Draft. I've never really even thought about using Smeargle in Draft. But I had Pineco in the plan for my last pick at a 1-pointer. For Rapid Spin, with Sturdy is nice, and T-Spikes. I always want a T-Spiker on my team. And I want a Rapid Spin when I have a Sticky Whips on. So I tried to see if I could get my fast Psychic type that still fit the team and Fortress. And I couldn't quite make it work. I was 1 point off. Even if I had downgraded Aurorus into a 1-point mon. But I could upgrade it into Smeargle. And it got me my T-Spikes, got me my Rapid Spin, and I like the idea of Aurora Veil. And it, Spore, King Shield, it does the things that you expect it to do, and I expect at least 1 week Smeargle to sketch me a victory because, sketch AV. Yeah. So Smeargle filled out the team. This is my last pick. We'll see. Smeargle's a mon I could either love, or I could end up dropping in week 3 because I'm just raged. So I feel like I love away with a lot of my teams. There's a lot of mons on this team I don't use. There is a lot of mons on this team I do not use. I have not really used Zygarde since it got 1,000 Arrows. I used it in Gen 6, not really Gen 7. Heatran, I said I barely used. Last draft, you've seen every battle I've had with Heatran, I think. Smeargle I don't really use. I hate Mega Sableye. I don't use Mega Sableye. I actually don't mind its design. I just... anyways. So, there's a lot of those ones, and there's some mons that I really, want to try using. I want to try out Mean Shou. I really love Aurorus, and I'm so excited to use that. Espeon, things like that, as well as Zerawa. I mean, I didn't super want to pick Zerawa, but man, I think that thing's going to be stupid good. And I'm looking forward to destroying people with it. Yeah, so I'm looking forward to sketching out some victories with your Season 4 of the DGBA Draft League team. This is your Ikitown Incineroar. We have Mega Sableye, Smeargle playing pranks. We got Heatran in the center. Bulu is an important piece. Espeon and Mean Shou being showing off in the corner. Aurora is showing off its prettiness. Zygarde is trying to look pretty, but it doesn't because it's a Zygarde. Crobat, Nature Bro in the back. Zerawa taking that leap off of Zygarde's back and getting ready to punch something's face in. And Arachnid sitting there always threatening. This is your Season 4 team of the Ikitown Incineroar. I'm sorry about my voice. I don't know what's happening right now, to be honest. I felt fine all day. I'm starting to feel sick while filming this. That's how good this team is. It's making me feel sick talking about it. But thank you again to my front office. I hope I don't let you down. There's a lot of mons I don't really use much. I don't really know how well I'll honor their goodness to sketch out victories and create a tsunami of wins for the Ikitown Incineroar. Have a great day, everybody. Hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you very soon for DGBA Season 4 Week 1 battle, where hopefully we pick up a nice old victory. Stay tuned to the channel for all my Draft League stuff that I put on YouTube. Life is busy right now. It is very, very busy, but hopefully soon. The Christmas break is coming eventually, and maybe there'll be more stuff then, hopefully. But until the end, do check out the League YouTube as well. DGBA has started its own League YouTube, so go check that out. I'm sure you can find it. If I forget to link it below. But have a great day, because Coach Oak said so, and I will see you next time, everybody.